Hello, good morning. It's me again, Ituha. I'm still discussing networking. I hope you don't get bored, but I feel that networking is one of the most important skill if you really want to succeed. Hmm. Networking is one of the skill that you should develop as a person. As I grew older and I started to study more, I discovered that people who know people get to succeed because they know people, not pretending to know people, but knowing people for real. So in the book, The Richest Man in Babylon, um, Akkad, just like Akkad, um, just like Akkad emphasized, you'd have to learn from experienced people, whether you like it or not. No matter how skilled you are, hmm, you need people. I've talked about that. So fundamentally, whether in Akkad's time or in our time, networking generally gives access to wisdom because sometimes you can't know everything. So it gives access to wisdom, it gives access to opportunities, and of course, it creates trust, especially when people have delegated things to you or you're within the circle and you help them do things that they request you to do and you do it so well. So you build trust, and then, of course, with trust comes recommendations, and you know what it means. So there's something about business that business would always push for referrals. Referrals, you meet one person, the person know at least five persons that you don't know, and then you do a business for that person and the person refers you to at least one or two persons in the person's circle. That's how businesses get more business. So that's why they say that a satisfied client is or customer is one of your greatest rep or sales rep, because the person will be the one referring you and bringing more people to you simply because the person is satisfied. So we'll just quickly run through learning from the wise. The Bible says that he that walks with the wise shall be wise. I told you guys I read the Bible, gives wisdom. So he that walks with the wise will be wise, and the companion of fools will be destroyed. So if you walk with the wise, if you walk with the rich, if you walk with the smart, if you walk with intelligent people, you'll be smart, you'll be intelligent. It's just the basic principles of life. If you work with rich people, you'll be rich. If you work with wealthy people, you'll be wealthy. And they will share wisdom that would allow you, that will prevent you from making costly mistakes. Do you understand? So that's learning. So the person you interact with all the time, or the set of people you interact with all the time, will determine who you are. He said people you spend your time with, you become like them. It's just the game of nature. So that's why you have to be deliberate in your networking. When you are networking, you want to seek wisdom. It gives you access to the wisdom that you don't have. So whether it's wisdom for finances, whether it's wisdom for health, whether it's wisdom for friendship, even wisdom for marriage, so it just comes with it. So that's the beauty of networking. So it creates opportunity. That's the second thing we talked about. I talked about in one of the episode, I think it's the last one, that if you have relationship with so and so, and if there's a so and so that reaches out to everybody, it is the so and so that people would remember. So that's what I'm saying. They'll say, okay, where is this person? Because that's the person that checks on everyone. That's the person that reaches out. That's the person that cares about every other person. That's the person that people would look out for. So it creates opportunity, whether you're looking for a job, whether you're looking for a business, whether you're looking for information, because you interact with people, it creates opportunity, and then it provides support. We need people. Don't live in the illusion, like I said the last time. It's just deception that I don't need anybody. It's a lie. So when you network successfully, you create a community. You understand? These principles, it doesn't matter whether it's 100 years ago, whether it's for today, it's the same principles. Principles really don't change. So my encouragement for you is that learn to network. In networking, network with the right set of people. We've talked about working with the wise, you become wise. We've talked about working with fools, you become foolish. If you work with someone who is always angry, begin to develop anger. But if you work with someone who is calm, when you work with someone who is rich, you also start getting rich. So just beyond the book, and you know, we just list some other things that networking would do for you. Like we already mentioned, emphasized, it gives access to opportunities. You have opportunity to gain knowledge and to learn. It gives you visibility and credibility with people. If you're always around people and a task is given to you, you begin to develop credibility. People begin to recommend you. Remember, I started off talking about a business that has a satisfied customer. It is a customer that will recommend you to someone else, and that someone, if the contact from the satisfied customer is also satisfied, that person recommends you, and then your business is not out of business. So you're not paying for advert, you're just getting visibility because people are satisfied with the business. So we also talked about community creates a support system. If you don't know how to network, you most likely would always be alone. And when you need help, you will not get the help. Then for people who are into career and business, we're back to it again. It creates easy career move. If you network well with superiors and you're respectful and all that, opportunities, they share opportunities with you. They get to also kind of suggest that I think you have strength in this area. You should look at this area, look at this area. You're getting just free career advice because you deliberately reach out to network, so and it creates business growth. We talked about the company, the business that is satisfied, that has customers. Let's go to an individual, for instance, that wants to also start a business. If you network properly, you would succeed in the business because people who know you will be the one to recommend you. So I want to encourage you again. It doesn't matter what you think, it doesn't matter your personality. My encouragement to you today is that try and be the one that checks on people. And then remember, the stranger is someone that you don't know, and you can know someone in the next 1 or 2 seconds. So learn to say good morning. And then there's always the check. It's not everybody that you should bring close, but you can network with everybody. So, see, I see you again. Keep networking to her.